Hello, TikTok. This is for educational purposes. I send warnings, not invitations. I apologize for how I say this. I do not apologize for what I say. You see this sign? I drew it like yesterday to honor two people who were unalived by police officers. Yeah, can y'all see that? I need to know if y'all can see that. Okay? It's that cowardly cops at the bottom. Do you see their names? Elijah Headley and Sonia Massey. You see their ages? Their lives were cut really, really short. And now I'm going to pause this video so that you guys can see my ugly ass face. Alright? But before we do that, please join me in a little bit of a song. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Juanita Haas has got to go. See here, Miss Juanita, I'm going to tell you a story about these two people right here before I turn and show you my ugly face. See that Elijah Headley? 17 years old. Unalived by a New Mexico police officer whose name has not been revealed or released, and he may be on administrative leave with pay. It was a welfare check where Mr. Headley had a BB gun, and the cop thought that he was in so much danger that he just took the life of a 17-year-old Native American boy. A child. That's right. Now, right below that, you see Sonia Massey. She's 36, a young black woman. Her life was taken by a cowardly Chicago cop in her freaking house because she said she was going to rebuke him in the name of Jesus. And how do you respond to a response for my video for missing and murdered indigenous people? You put up this little sign here, and you are like the second woman out of 5 people who have come at me, a mixed person who's part native, part black, and part white, with that same BS. Your sign's a little newer because it calls missing and murdered indigenous people was human sacrifices. Then you hashtag ICWA. You hashtag man camps. Those are new. The RCMP, that's old, and MMIW is old. But you hashtag them all. So again, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Juanita Haas has got to go. Now wait right there. Hi. I'm part native, part black, and part white. And eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Mrs. Haas has got to go. Was me playing nice. Also, there's a thunderstorm. And this is my ugly face. Alright? And I'm happy with my ugly face since I almost burnt it off way back in my 30s. I'm a 50-year-old man, Miss Haas. And you, your 3 boyfriends, and your 1 girlfriend who keep putting this little racial BS about it being a cult and everything, y'all keep seeming to find the one person that you probably shouldn't put this coat on, which is me, because I'm a mixed native. Alright? Now your sign's just it's been tweaked a little bit. It's just a little different because it has the new words sacrifice and man camp. The other ones just talk about how cult data says that MMIP is a cult. But you're special because you have sacrifices, man camp, you hashtag ICWA, you hashtag the RCMP, who are also kind of cowardly and wouldn't go search the landfills for the Ottawa women missing. Those Ottawa women who were Ojibwa and other tribes and First Nations who have been missing for years, and they just decided now that it wasn't as dangerous as they thought it was. So maybe the RCMP may still have some hope yet, but prior to this little event, they have been racially responding to not go and search and help missing and murdered indigenous women, or missing and murdered indigenous people in general, get home. And since you hashtag missing and murdered indigenous women, I thought I'd add that to the mix. But MMIP is a lot more simpler because of the simple fact that it covers every gender, male, female, and two-spirit, which is something you probably don't know about, but hey, welcome to TikTok. Now, Miss Haas, again, your 3 boyfriends, your 1 girlfriend, and you seem to keep responding to my response in Native American business, which does not affect you. Because Juanita is not a Native American name. It's not something prominent like Matoaka or Sacagawea. It's not something prominent like Geronimo or Cochise. It's Juanita. You know, it's Spanish. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. I'm going to take it that you are not a Native person because most Natives stand with MMIP. Regardless of how much Native blood we have in us, we stand with MMIP. And maybe they should start putting more missing and murdered Indigenous people on the back of milk carts like they used to do back in the 80s when I was a child. You know, back in the 80s when Adam Walsh lost his son, the world went to shit looking for this young boy who was assaulted and unalive by a psychopathic guy who might look just like you, Miss Juanita Haas. But, you know, I'm trying to play nice. And in this, by the way, this crusade sent Adam Walsh's father on a tirade to make sure that nobody else has to lose a child. And he still has a show. It's not America's Most Wanted, but he still has a show, and thank God for him. But you, Miss Haas, you really do have to go. I don't care where you go, but you have to go. Matter of fact, I have an idea, because you are living in Canada. If you could do me a small favor tonight, if you could go outside and whisper, or whistle, maybe you might run into my friend. One of them is Wendigo, the other one is Skinwalkers. And if they call your name in a voice that's familiar to you, but you know that person has passed, you should probably run as fast as you can. Because here's that thing while you're talking about missing and murdered Indigenous people being a cult or were human sacrifices. Your man camps, did you mention, are probably the people who were SAing the crap out of Indigenous women and unaliving them and then probably SAing corpses because you're that nasty. That's right. If a woman resists, it's not okay if a woman resists. So these man camps decide they're going to take the lives of these beautiful young Indigenous women, and then they're going to find them or put them in landfills, which the RCMP refuse to go search until what, the middle of this year? The middle. So I pray that you never have a person in your family, Miss Haas, that goes missing. Because you're clearly not Indigenous, or you would be standing with me instead of insulting me in these comments while I'm commenting why this young Native man is posting stuff about why missing and murdered Indigenous people is so important, because no one seems to give a damn about missing and murdered Indigenous people or people of color in general. And that includes the RCMP, who refuse to go out, get off their ass, and do their freaking jobs of what they get paid to do, which is protect and serve you, the people of Canada. And that includes First Nations people. But you know, it took forever for them to decide, hey, maybe we should finally search the landfills. But they were going to use this excuse that we can't get hazmat suits to go in and look for them. No, you lazy bastards just don't want to get hazmat suits to go looking in there. But if any of the MMIP were of a different skin tone, you'd be all over the place. And you probably even employ those drones. Yeah. So eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Mrs. Haas, you got to go. I wanted to call you something more nasty, but I'm better equipped because I'm much more fasty. So here's what we're going to do, Miss Haas. I'm going to forgive you, your 3 boyfriends, and your girlfriend Adore. But for the rest of your life, stay off of Native business. Stay out of comments with your racial crap about, cults. I'm also going to pray that no one in your family ever magically vanishes through the power of might making it right, because, you know, the RCMP will look for your ass if you go missing. They won't look for people who look like me. And I'm not a First Nations member, but if I was, believe me, I would be at the RCMP every day, whether it be in chains or handcuffs or beyond. Something's got to be done about family members that are gone. Something you don't have to worry about, but we do, because you're not Indigenous. Oh, I so want to cuss at you. Anyway, I'm going to play nice so that TikTok lets this air. I hope you have a fun life out there. And MMIP is not a cult.